All right, AP Physics, I hope you're doing well, and I just want to touch base with you on our first week of remote learning. Hopefully it doesn't last forever like this, but I hope you're doing well and I hope you're healthy. Uh, we're going to cover what's happening in the AP exam, what we know right now, what are we going to do with the rest of the content in our class, and then what resources are going to be available for you for review. There's some cool stuff that AP is doing for resources. So the AP exam, if you read the links that I posted or the content I posted on Classroom earlier, there will be no face-to-face exams this year. The exam was shortened to 45 minutes, and for you guys, for AP Physics C Mechanics, your normal exam length is 1.5 hours, so it got cut in half. And basically, that's cutting out your multiple choice section of your test. There will only be free response questions on the exam, and my understanding is they want to write free response questions that it would not be super beneficial for you to look up notes or look up something online. So they're going to be, I'm guessing, a lot more conceptual, and you're going to have to do a little bit more explaining. Colleges are accepting this lenient exam for credit, which means you can get a 5 on the exam, 4 or 3, whatever your college accepts, and still get waived out of your AP, or well, your college physics, calculus-based physics 1. And colleges still expect you to know all of the material for your AP course, though. So this is a little disclaimer, a little catch-22 here. The only thing that we haven't covered, we're sitting in a good spot in this course. The only thing we haven't covered is simple harmonic motion. And towards the end of the course, hopefully we'll be able to come back and at least touch on it a little bit so you understand what that is in case you go into your second year of college physics. The exam will be able to be taken on a phone, tablet, or computer. You'll be taking it at home. And my understanding is that you'll have the option, is what it says, to upload handwritten work. So I wonder if some of those questions might just be typing in a free response and that you can do a lot of it verbally. It'll be interesting to see if they can make all of it verbal for AP Physics. I doubt it, but you might have to upload handwritten work on that. If you don't have internet access, AP will give you a different way to access that, and you just need to contact them. A couple of specifics for our exam. For AP Physics C, we are only going to cover units 1 through 5 on the exam. We've already done unit 7, which is gravitation. We haven't done unit 6. Unit 6 is simple harmonic motion, and we're just going to skip over that. We're going to go right to reviewing for the test. We're going to use all the time that we can to help prepare you and review old concepts for the test. And I'll show you these units broken down here in a second. But another thing to look at here, there's 2 exam dates. And they are going to release those by the end of this week, what those 2 exam dates are. And I'm not sure if you're just going to have the option or you have to apply for the later exam date or how that will work. But there will be multiple options for you for the test this year. Kind of a strange year for testing. And I am under the impression, or at least what they said on their Classroom, AP Classroom website, that if you want to drop out of taking the AP test this year, they are offering that for students that don't want to take the test because of coronavirus. They don't feel prepared, whatever it is. So you will have the option to get a refund. They haven't given any details on that except for just making the statement that that will be available for students that feel like the coronavirus has made them disadvantaged for taking the AP test. So something to think about. These will be updated on Classroom, and there's a link on the weekly review page that I'll post each week for you to find this stuff. So here's what our units look like. We've already covered all these units in AP Physics C except for Unit 6, which is our oscillations unit. And this unit we're just going to skip over. We're not going to come back to, at least not till after the AP test if we do it all. We've covered the gravitation unit, but this will not be on your AP test this year. We will test on this. We'll wrap up our unit. I will assess you on this. We've already done all the material in it, so we'll do a little test on it. And then we're going to go right into review. So you're covering everything that we've covered so far in the class, minus the gravitation stuff for the AP test. The only topic we haven't covered is velocity-dependent forces. And those are forces that the faster you go, the greater the force. That would be modeling things like terminal velocity. You jump out of an airplane and you pull your parachute, and this is a good thing, that eventually your parachute has the same force of pulling up on you as gravity pulling down so that you don't keep accelerating. And we're going to look at how do you mathematically model that. How do you mathematically model drag? So maybe a bullet comes out of a rifle, and the faster it's going, the greater the force of drag on it, because there's more air particles going around the outside of this bullet, causing greater friction. And that means the bullet's going to slow down faster immediately after it leaves your barrel than it would at a distance farther down the shooting range, where it's going slower. And so we're going to look at these guys. We will do that this week. We'll cover this last topic, and then you'll have every topic covered for the AP test and be going right into review. What's the plan for our class? So we'll finish the gravitation unit test, we'll cover the velocity-dependent forces this week, and then we'll begin reviewing. Review resources that I'll be posting. We will continue to do the AP Classroom multiple choice reviews that have been posted. And these give you 1 point towards your last test in the class before the AP test, which will count as a test score in the class. It'll be a grade in the class. And this can help you with that curve. If you want to know what that means, look at that video that's posted on Classroom going through how the reviews are graded. Why am I still doing multiple choice review while there's still no multiple choice questions on the AP test? I believe this is a great way for you to get an idea of what types of questions the AP test will be asking, and it's a great way to review old topics. One of the reasons why it's a great way to review that is multiple choice questions will often put misconceptions in as one of the choices for the multiple choice. And if you don't understand the topic, a misconception for you might make you think like you or act like you understand it. You might actually think you understand the material really well, and you'll choose that wrong choice, and you'll get to see I need to review that topic. So multiple choice reviews are a great way to cover that material and see what you need to review. We'll do free response reviews. I'll post on Classroom, and then I'll also post other review materials as we wrap up the drag and velocity dependent forces. This is kind of cool. This year they're doing, on AP, they've basically taken a bunch of AP teachers across the U.S. and they're doing free live AP reviews on their YouTube page. So follow the link in this week's document. I've posted it on Google Classroom. And you will find a link to the YouTube page for AP Physics C. And I just looked at the first one. I started watching it a little bit. But this is simple harmonic motion. This is the stuff that we're skipping over. So the first couple topics here we've already covered. But starting, looks like on Tuesday of this week, they will go back to the very first unit and start reviewing concepts from earlier in the year. And they will do one of these every day leading up to the AP exam. So if you want extra material or to be reviewing those concepts, you can look at these videos, and I'll be posting those on Classroom as well. A great source of review for the AP test. That's it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'd be glad to help out, and this week we'll be jumping into a little bit new content, and I'd be happy to help you out. We'll see how this goes with online learning. Ask me questions as you have any.